First up in today's video, we're looking at the Illinois coin from the Lincoln series, and trust me, some of these coins can be worth $100, $400, or even over $1,000 if you spot the right error. So if you have this coin or want to know what to look for, make sure you watch till the end, because I'll show you how to spot rare mistakes that could turn a simple coin into serious cash. This Illinois coin shows a very important time in Abraham Lincoln's life, from the year 1830 to 1861. These were the years when Lincoln really began to grow. He became a lawyer, started giving speeches, and got involved in politics. He also became known across the country for his big debates with Stephen A. Douglas. During this time, Lincoln also started speaking out more against slavery, which later became a big part of his work as president. The design of this coin shows Lincoln as a lawyer, sometimes giving a speech or standing tall in his law office. On the back side of the coin, you might see a picture of Illinois or the city of Springfield, which is where Lincoln lived and worked. It's a nice design that honors his early career. Now here's the fun part, some Illinois coins have rare errors that make them very valuable. One error is called a misaligned engraving. This means the image or writing on the coin is a little off-center. If Lincoln's face or the map of Illinois is not in the right place, that could be a sign of this error. Coins like that can be worth anywhere from $100 to $400 depending on how clear the mistake is. Another error is called a double die. This happens when the coin is hit twice during minting, which makes the words or pictures look like they have a double image. If you see the word Illinois or Lincoln looking blurry or doubled, that might be a double die coin. These are rare and can be worth $500 to over $1,000, especially if the coin is still shiny and in good condition. There are also proof coins, which are made extra carefully for collectors. They have a shiny, mirror-like finish and lots of detail. If you find a proof version of the Illinois coin, and it's in perfect shape, what collectors call MS-70, it could sell for $200 to $500 or more. So always check your coins carefully. Use a good light or a magnifying glass and look at the words and Lincoln's face. If something looks off, doubled, or just strange, you might have a rare coin. Keep your good coins safe in a coin case so they don't get scratched, and if you think your coin is special, you can send it to a grading service to find out how much it's worth. This Illinois coin is more than just a piece of metal, it tells the story of Lincoln's rise, and it could also be worth real money. So keep watching, like the video if you're learning something new, and don't forget to subscribe for more simple coin videos just like this. We've got more Lincoln coins coming up, and you won't want to miss the next one. Next up, there's a penny from the 1970s that might not look special, but if you have the right one, it could be worth over $7,000. That's right. Just one small penny from your old change jar could be worth as much as a used car or a big vacation. Most people don't know this, but some 1977 pennies with no mint mark are rare and very valuable. Normally, US coins have a small letter called a mint mark. This letter shows where the coin was made. D means Denver, and S means San Francisco. But some pennies don't have any letter at all, these are called no mint mark pennies, and they were made in Philadelphia. Most 1977 no mint mark pennies are common and only worth 1 cent. But if the penny is in perfect condition, it can be worth much more. Some of these coins are what collectors call proof-like or high grade, which means they were made with extra care or stayed in very good shape over time. In 2013, one of these 1977 no mint mark pennies sold at auction for $7,050. That's a huge price for such a small coin. It shows how much collectors are willing to pay when a coin is rare and looks almost brand new. The key is condition. If your penny has no scratches, no marks, and still has its shine, it may be worth checking out. Coin experts use a grading system, and a penny must be near the top of that scale, usually MS-67 or better, to bring in big money. Also, some 1977 pennies may have errors, like a double die, where the letters or numbers look like they were printed twice. These error coins are even more valuable. To check your 1977 penny, first look to see if it has no letter under the date. If it doesn't, that means it's from Philadelphia. Next, look at the coin's shine and the details on Lincoln's face, jacket, and the lettering. If everything is clear and sharp, that's a good sign. Even though most 1977 no-mint mark pennies are common, only a few are in top shape, and that's what makes them rare. These are the ones collectors are searching for. Many people don't know that modern-looking coins like these can be valuable. They're not always shiny gold or silver coins, sometimes it's the plain old penny that surprises everyone. If you think your coin might be special, take it to a coin dealer or send it to be graded. That's the best way to know if you have a common coin, or a rare one worth thousands. So next time you look through your change, keep an eye out for that 1977 penny with no mint mark. It could be hiding in plain sight, and it could be worth a lot of money. Next, we have a penny that could turn an old coin jar into real cash. The 1956 D. Lincoln wheat penny might look like a normal old coin, but some have sold for over $18,000. That's not a joke. This small brown penny could be hiding in your home right now, and it could be worth more than you think. The D on the coin stands for the Denver Mint, where it was made. The back of the coin has 2 wheat stalks, one on each side. That's why it's called a wheat penny. This design was used from 1909 to 1958. Many people love collecting these coins because they are old, beautiful, and full of history. Most 1956 D wheat pennies are common. If they are worn or scratched, they are usually worth just a few cents. But if your penny is in very good condition, it could be worth a lot more. The better the coin looks, the higher the value. The highest prices come from coins that are uncirculated or have very sharp details. These coins are called mint state or MS coins by collectors. One 1956 D penny in near perfect condition sold for $18,000 at auction. That's a huge price for just 1 cent. There are also some error coins from this year that are worth more. One of the most famous errors is called a double die, which means the letters or numbers were stamped twice by mistake. If your coin has any strange or doubled letters or numbers, it might be one of these rare error coins. Even if your 1956 D penny does not have an error, it could still be worth money if it is clean, shiny, and has no damage. Look closely at Lincoln's face, the date, and the wheat on the back. If you can see the fine details, that's a good sign. Collectors want coins with strong lines, no marks, and full color. Pennies with a red tone are usually worth more than darker ones. To check the value of your penny, you can take it to a local coin shop or send it to a grading service. They will look at the coin and give it a grade. Higher grades mean higher prices. This penny shows that even coins from the 1950s can be worth a lot of money today. Most people don't think twice about old pennies, but the 1956 D wheat penny is one you should look out for. So if you have old pennies at home, in a drawer, a jar, or your wallet, take a closer look. That small coin could be worth a lot more than 1 cent. You might be holding a piece of history, and a valuable one too. Next, let's look at a penny that may be hiding in old coin jars or family collections. It's the 1953 D Lincoln wheat penny. At first glance, it looks like any other old coin, but the right one could be worth up to $800 or more. That's a lot of money for a small penny. Many people don't know they might have one sitting at home. The D on the coin means it was made at the Denver Mint. On the back, you'll see 2 wheat stalks, one on each side. This design is why it's called a wheat penny. These pennies were made from 1909 to 1958 and are very popular with collectors because of their classic look and history. Most 1953 D wheat pennies are still common today. If they are scratched or dirty, they are worth only a few cents. But if your penny is clean, shiny, and looks almost new, it could be worth much more, even hundreds of dollars. Collectors care a lot about the condition of the coin. A penny with no damage, sharp details, and bright color is worth much more than one that is worn out. These high-grade coins are called mint state pennies. They are rare because most coins from that time were used every day and got damaged over the years. In the best shape, a 1953 D penny has sold at auction for up to $800. That's why it's worth checking any old wheat pennies you have. You never know what you might find. Some 1953 pennies also have small errors that make them more valuable. One type is a double die, where some letters or numbers look like they were stamped twice. These error coins are very rare and can be worth even more to collectors. To check your 1953 penny, look closely at the date, the mint mark, and the lines on Lincoln's face and jacket. Also, look at the wheat stalks on the back. If the lines are sharp and clear, your penny may be worth a good amount. You can also check the color. Pennies with a red shine are worth more than dark or brown ones. If the coin still has its bright red color from the mint, collectors will pay more for it. If you think your coin looks special, you can take it to a coin shop or send it to a grading company. They will look at it and tell you the grade and value. So, don't ignore those old pennies. The 1953 wheat penny may be common, but in the right condition, it can be worth big money. And with errors, the value goes even higher. That one little coin could be a hidden treasure waiting to be found. Always check your old pennies, because one of them might be worth way more than you think. Next, let's talk about the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny. This penny might look normal, but it can be worth a good amount of money if it is in very good condition. The D on the coin shows it was made at the Denver Mint, one of the U.S. coin factories. The 1952 penny is part of the wheat penny series. These pennies have two wheat stalks on the back, which is why they are called wheat pennies. The design was used from 1909 to 1958. Many people like to collect these old pennies because they are special and show a piece of history. Most 1952 pennies that you find are only worth a few cents, but if the coin is in very good or better condition, it can be worth a lot more. Collectors like coins that have sharp details and little wear. A penny that looks clean and nice will be worth more than one that is worn or damaged. Some 1952 pennies have errors that make them even more valuable. For example, some coins have a double die error. This means the design was stamped twice by accident, making letters or numbers look doubled. These coins are very rare and collectors pay more for them. Even if there are no errors, a 1952 penny in great condition can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The exact value depends on how good the coin looks and how rare it is in that condition. In recent years, 1952 wheat pennies in very good shape have sold for prices around $100 to $1,000 at auctions, depending on their condition. Coins that are nearly perfect can be worth even more. If you have a 1952 penny, it's a good idea to look closely at its condition. Check if the details on Lincoln's face and the wheat stalks on the back are clear. Look for any scratches or damage. If the penny looks sharp and clean, it could be worth a lot. Also, watch out for any strange marks or doubled parts on the coin. These errors can make your penny more valuable. Collectors enjoy 1952 pennies because they are part of a well-known series with an old design. These pennies show history and are popular for collections. Even though most pennies you see every day are worth just 1 cent, rare and well-preserved pennies like the 1952 wheat penny can be worth hundreds or more. If you think your penny is in good condition or has any unusual features, it's smart to have it checked by a coin expert. Experts can tell you if your penny has any special value. So, keep a close eye on your old pennies. You might have a 1952 wheat penny worth a lot more than you expect. Next, let's talk about the 1970 no mint mark Lincoln penny. At first, this penny looks like any other penny, but it can be worth a lot more, sometimes thousands of dollars. If you have a 1970 penny with no mint mark and it is in great condition, it could be very valuable. Usually, pennies have a small letter called a mint mark. This letter shows where the coin was made. The most common mint marks are D for Denver and S for San Francisco. But some pennies don't have a mint mark at all. These are called no mint mark pennies, and most of these come from the Philadelphia Mint. The 1970 no mint mark penny is special because many were made, but only a few are worth a lot of money. The ones that are valuable are those in very good or better condition. The better the condition, the higher the price collectors will pay. In 2020, a 1970 no-mint mark penny in perfect condition sold for $4,400 at an auction. That shows how much collectors want this coin when it looks almost new. One reason these pennies can be so valuable is because some were made with mistakes, called errors. For example, some 1970 pennies have double dies, where the letters or numbers look like they were stamped twice. These errors make coins very rare and valuable. If you want to know if your 1970 no-mint mark penny is valuable, look for a shiny, clean surface with no scratches or marks. The coin should have sharp details, like clear lines on Lincoln's face and the words on the back. Most pennies you find in your pocket or at stores are worth just 1 cent. But the 1970 no-mint mark penny shows that a small difference, like the absence of a mint mark or special errors, can make a big difference in value. Collectors love this coin because it's part of a long history of Lincoln pennies. Even though many were made, very few remain in perfect condition today, making the good ones rare. If you find a 1970 penny with no letter and it looks new and shiny, you might have a valuable coin. It's a good idea to get it checked by a coin expert who can tell you if it's a rare version. Even if your coin doesn't have errors, a 1970 no-mint mark penny in top condition is still worth a lot more than regular pennies. Condition matters a lot when it comes to coin value. So, don't ignore pennies from 1970 with no mint mark. They might look ordinary but could be worth thousands of dollars. Next, let's talk about the 1968 D. Lincoln penny. Most pennies from 1968 are worth just a few cents, but some can be worth a bit more if they are in very good condition. The D on the coin means it was made at the Denver Mint. The 1968 D penny is a regular copper penny with the familiar Lincoln design on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Even though many pennies were made that year, some are worth more to collectors because of their condition or rare errors. Most 1968 D pennies you find will be worth only about 3 to 5 cents if they are worn or damaged. But if you have a 1968 D penny that looks almost new, with sharp details and no scratches, it could be worth around $370 or more. This is because collectors want coins that are in great shape, especially from years where not many coins survived in top condition. One reason some 1968 D pennies are worth more is that collectors look for coins with very high quality. Coins that look shiny and have clear details sell for higher prices. Coins with scratches, dirt, or wear are not worth as much. Some 1968 D pennies also have special errors that make them rare. For example, some coins may have double dies or small mistakes in the design. These errors are hard to find and make the coin more valuable. If you have a 1968 D penny, check it carefully. Look at Lincoln's face and the letters. If everything looks sharp and clear, your coin might be worth more than a normal penny. The 1968 D penny is popular with collectors because it is part of a long history of Lincoln pennies. Even though millions were made, only some are in the kind of condition that collectors want. If you think your penny is in very good shape or looks different in any way, it is a good idea to have it looked at by a coin expert. They can tell you if it is rare or valuable. Remember, most pennies you find every day are only worth 1 cent. But coins like the 1968 D. Lincoln penny in excellent condition can be worth hundreds of dollars. So, don't just throw away old pennies. Some of them, like the 1968 D penny, can be worth much more than their face value. These rare and valuable Lincoln wheat pennies are more than just coins, they're pieces of history. If you happen to find one of these in your pocket change, you might just be holding on to a small fortune. Remember, the value of a coin depends on its rarity, condition, and demand. So, always keep an eye out for those special pennies. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.